So it's not the first time I've done this. Probably not gonna be the last time I do this. But when you open really good in SHADDOLLS, you can actually break 4 Omni Negates. I'm gonna show that to you guys today. Then I'll do some random test hands against a 4 Omni Negate board. And then if there's enough time in the video, I'll assemble the full Dragon Link board. The Savage, the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, the Tidying, Dragon Maid Trap, and the Seal. And I'll draw random hands to see if I can break that, which I've done it before, so I know it's possible. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this started. First, let's explain what's going on here. So we have Dragon Maid Chow, Cyber Dragon Infinity, Savage, and then also Dragoon, and that's the Verte and the Conda to imply that Dragoon has been summoned that way. I know it doesn't make sense. I just slapped together 4 Omni Negates just to show you that like SHADDOLLS can break 4 Omni Negates. This is not with Invo cards. This is not with Dogmatica cards. This is actually just going to be pure SHADDOLLS showing their power. I do play Invo Dogmatica SHADDOLLS now, but I still want to give hope to people who cannot afford the expensive engines that they can still clap cheeks with pure SHADDOLLS without having to add anything extra into it. And so before I get started with this, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you click the notification bell, the red bell. Make sure that you will get a notification every time I upload so you can keep up with me. If you want to support the channel, there are ways that you can in the link description box below, whether it's donating, joining my Discord, becoming part of my community, or buying my Team Kings of Game merchandise. No matter what, there's always a way that you can help out, and I get back to those who get back to me, but let's get started. So with the hand that I have, I legitimately would just activate SHADDOLL Fusion right now. So I have like when you're playing pure SHADDOLLS, these are the main fusion outlets you have. Like these, unless you're playing like polymerization and stuff like that, these are your main go-to. So I just like Schism's just like random. You're not gonna really use it. It's just a random discard. But we have like Squamata, Gamma, and then the 3 really good spells in the deck, the really good fusion outlets. Because like when you're going second with SHADDOLLS, and you're going against Omni Negates, the more fusion spells they have, the more negates you can play through. So we're going to activate SHADDOLL Fusion. Of course that's going to be negated. Nobody lets it resolve. So we chain Gamma. And so I guess what would be specified is we use Savage to negate the fusion because he's a soft negate and these are negates and destroyed. We chain Gamma. That's where you would chain the another Omni Negate. So let's just say, for example, the Infinity. In response to that, I would chain SHADDOLL Fusion while Gamma's still in hand because it hasn't resolved to destroy it yet. And that's where the Shao. Because I'm telling you right now, nobody doesn't negate fusion spells. If you negate the fusion spells, SHADDOLLS essentially can't play. So, of course, you're always going to negate them. So that's all going to resolve backwards. So all 3 of these cards got negated. What we're going to do next is we're going to set the Squamata, activate the Super Poly. Fuse with Squamata and the Dragoon. The Dragoon never got used, but typically Dragoon is like the last card you should use. The way you should use your Dragoon is you should only negate cards that threaten him. So pretty much because Dragoon can kill every monster and like do all the burn damage that he can do, this whole board should work for basically these being the expendable negates, and Dragoon should be the negate. You should only use Dragoon's negate unless he's being threatened. Like SHADDOLL Fusion threatens the board itself, if that makes sense. As well as Elka's Construct can both add the SHADDOLL Fusion back from grave to hand that was negated and activate it again, and she can just declare an attack and force another negate, leaving Dragoon as the only one. So everything up until this point was correct. So we're super polying away the Squamata and the Dragoon. So I'm just going to put Dragoon there. And we're summoning a Winda. And what we're going to do is we're going to use Squamata. All the negates have been forced out now, and Dragoon got super polyed. So we're going to use the Squamata here to send SHADDOLL Core, specifically Core. And we're going to activate SHADDOLL Core, and we're going to go ahead and add SHADDOLL Fusion from grave to hand. Link the window off, go into Gravity Controller, Effective Controller, grab the L, because the activation of that was negated too, so you can use both of these still. And then we'll activate SHADDOLL Fusion. What we're going to do is we're going to send Windy and Golden Lord. And this is like, you can really do this in pure SHADDOLLS. Like, of course you have to open good, but to be honest, if your opponent had 4 Omni Negates, they open good too. So it doesn't hurt for both people to open good. But we're sending Golden Lord and Windy. Summon Construct. Construct 1, Windy 2. And I'm going to do the little Resh Luke combo for this one to get the resources we need. So we're going to do Ariel, and we're going to go ahead and send Resh Shaddoll Incarnation from deck to grave. And from here, we're going to set the L. Like, actually, we could, if we really wanted to, we could fuse again. But I'm just going to set the L. I'm not going to burn through too many fusions this time. Send it for cost, special the Lord. And then I'll go ahead and link the Lord and the Construct into the Verde Anaconda. Activate Construct's effect. I'll go ahead and grab... actually, I'll grab the Schism. If it wasn't there, you would have just sent it regardless. It would have just been sent. Because, like, I'm telling you now, even if you didn't send Schism, you could just send the Schism. So, like, what would happen is you would just go Aerial combo with Resh, summon Construct, Construct's effect, send Schism from deck to grave, and then use the Verde to send the Super Poly the Construct and the Dark into a window, and use her effect to add Schism. So you're going to access Schism no matter what, I promise you that. In fact, if you guys, just so you guys don't think that I'm, like, just making stuff up, I'll just put Schism on bottom, right? And I'll just use Construct, and I would actually just grab Resh at that point then. Grab the L at that point then. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and use Resh, banish it in Construct, flip the Aerial, use Aerial Special, summon the Banished Construct. That's what I meant. You could still get Schism, even if it wasn't in hand. You would just send the Schism. And then what you would do is you would use Verte, pay... Oh, you know what I was supposed to do? Actually, let me go back. I'm getting ahead of myself. I was supposed to go to battle phase. I'm not navigating this properly. I'm sorry about you guys. I'm sorry about that. So, actually, before we make Verde Anaconda, so I'll just put the Schism back. The rest is still there. And we set the El Shaddoll Fusion, summon Lord. Before we make Verde Anaconda, we're actually just going to go to battle phase and use Construct to attack the Infinity effect to destroy it. Golden Lord attack over that. That's gone. And then main phase 2, we do this. So that way we clear the whole board. So I'm sorry, that's one slight hiccup on my behalf. So we'll link those into Verde. Construct effect to add L. Use the Resh on the Construct. Golden Lord is an amazing extender. He comes out every turn as like a 35 body, or you'll just send something to grave and you'll get him back next turn. Summon Cons effect, send the Schism. And then from here, we'll go Verte Anaconda. We broke the whole board, but we'll go Verde, send Super Poly, fuse with Construct and the Borreload Savage, and summon the second copy of Winda. I win, duh. And Construct's effect's gonna add Schism. So you actually not only played through 4 Omni Negates, you broke a board of 4 Omni Negates. You ended on a Winda and an El Shaddoll Fusion, which is insane. And you have Schism. So this is pure Shaddolls. If that hand had Invoke cards and a Nadir Servant, oh, it would have just been, like, insane. But, like, whether you draw your Invoked or your Dogmatica cards, or whether you play those cards at all, pure Shaddolls are actually capable of breaking boards like this. But if you're playing, like, Trap Shaddolls, you're going to have, like, I don't know, Torrential Strike, Ice Dragon's Prison, Dino Mischief, stuff like that. And you're going to be playing turns behind. And when you're playing Trap Shaddolls, it's a lot harder to out-Dragoon because you don't have enough consistent fusion outlets, if that makes sense. So, like, you can't get access to, like, your Super Poly. Because, like, you'll have to hard draw Super Poly a lot more. Like, but sometimes you need to do what I did, like, make the Verde and send the Super Poly that way. Because, like, I Super Poly from hand, and then I Super Poly'd off of Verde. So I actually Super Poly'd twice to clear that board. But I'm not knocking Trap Shaddolls. They're really cool. They're really nice. But I just think in this format, you're either playing pure Shaddolls and you're playing, like, at least 9 fusion spells, meaning 3 L's, 3 Shaddoll Fusion, 3 Super Poly. Or you're playing, like, Invoke Shaddolls, or you're playing Dogmatica Shaddolls. You need something that can put pressure onto an established Dragon Link board. Not really dinos, because like you can beat dinos with trap Shaddolls, because the trap cards are so good. Like Miss is cool, but all those traps can be activated in battle phase, and they don't care about Doka or UCT. There's some times where you might have trouble with Lost World, you know, with your punishment and stuff. But I just personally think that it might be a little bit too risky. I know a lot of people are just like so diehard about their trap Shaddolls, but it might be just a little bit too risky. You know what I mean? So I don't know. You might just want to consider playing like a supplemental engine. Oh yeah, the Dragon Link board. The Dragon Link board. So now let's make the Dragon Link board. So here's Dragon Maid Tidying. So Tidying, Heretic Seal. That was Mama Kava there. So Savage, Hot Red Dragon, Archfiend Abyss, Tidying, and then Heretic Seal. So I'm gonna do test hands against the Dragon Link board. Try to get it, you know, before I forget. Alright, so you guys clearly see me shuffling. And I'll just do half and half, and we'll see what we draw. Of course, Gamma, okay, El Shaddol Fusion. I think if we just draw a Shaddol monster. Come on, bruh. I was about to say, like, don't do me like that and not give me a Shaddol monster. Alright, yeah, I think we can, oh, you know what? Out of all Shaddolls to draw, a Beast is the only one that can't be normal summoned. Oh, that sucks. Because, like, we activate El Shaddol Fusion. They try to negate, we chain Gamma. Ah, dang. I mean, we could chain Gamma, but that means that the Gamma that's trying to negate won't actually negate. So, like, if I activate Gamma, if I activate El Shaddol Fusion, they, like, let's say they Hot Red target it. I chain Gamma and they Savage negate Gamma. I could chain this Gamma to negate the Savage, but then this Gamma will not be able to negate what it was originally negating. So this Gamma would be the only Gamma that resolves, but I will kill the Savage. And then what do? I make an Omega, and yeah, I still, out of all the Shaddolls I could have drawn with the Super Poly, I draw the only Shaddol that can't be set. The only one. That was just unfortunate. I was so close to breaking the Dragon Link board. That was just wow. That almost is just like a slap in the face. Like, the hand looks so good. And the Shaddol Core didn't help that much, but it's just like one of those cards, like, it sucks going second, yeah, but it's good in your deck going second, because when your fusions get negated, you can send and add a negated fusion and activate the fusion again. So now we're drawing Alistair, Windy, Shaddol Fusion, Ariel, Nadir Servant, and Invocation. I think having 2 fusion spells and an Alistair and an Nadir breaks the whole Dragon Link board. If I was doing test hands against the 4 Omni Negate board, all 4 of the negates would get baited with these 4 cards, and I would be left with no follow-up. But now we're testing against the Dragon Link board. The Hot Red Dragon, Archfiend Abyss, targeted card negated, Warlord Savage, Tidying, and Seal. So how do we approach this? Alright, so first things first is I would just go ahead and force... Actually, yeah, we want them to get pissed. We want a normal Alistair, have them negate it, and have them get pissed. You know what? You have to negate Alistair because Invocation's too good. That's why. So whether they negate Alistair, the Invocation, like they have to answer this Alistair. They have to. So Alistair forces 1 negate by himself. And then I just activate the Invocation, piss them off that I hard drew it, and then they chain the other negate to negate the Invocation. Okay. What do I do from here, though? I can force the seal in battle phase. Yeah, I can force the seal in battle phase, that's for sure. But don't I need my battle phase? Unless I... What if I opt Cologne? Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to. So I'm gonna try to get as much damage as I can on board before I go to battle phase. So I'm just looking at Seal and Tidying. So Shaddoll Fusion. I think I would go with the similar thing. Or I would go with I think Golden Lord and Windy. Or do I send Golden Lord Squamata and use Construct to send El Shaddoll Fusion and use Core to target the El Shaddoll Fusion to fuse again? Yeah, I think that play might be better because that's going to help to play around the bounces. So, like, no matter what happens to Construct, at least I get an El Shaddoll Fusion to hand. Because that, yeah, I think that works good. I mean, in theory, I think they also, if this would be a really bad play, but I think in theory, the Dragon Link player, if they were really so scared of Shaddoll Fusion, they could chain Seal, tribute itself to bounce one extra deck monster. But they basically chain Seal, tribute for cost, chain Tidying, target one, bounce, bounce. Everything resolves so that they'll have literally no extra deck monsters. And then separate chain Seal Summon from deck. That's a way they can play around Shaddoll Fusion, but that's just really bad. Because they're breaking their whole entire board to play around a Shaddoll Fusion. Which means, technically speaking, that means Shaddoll Fusion did break their board, if that makes sense. Because I made them break their entire board themselves just to not let this fuse from deck. So I think that's also a really bad play. Because that means this is a 1-for-4. So this Shaddoll Fusion is mad plus. And I can still fuse from hand. So I don't think that that's a good play. I think they probably would have to hold one of their bounces for one of the fusions to recover. So I think Squamata and Golden Lord is correct. I think Squamata and Golden Lord is absolutely correct. And we'll just put this other construct in the extra monster zone. So we're just looking at Seal Tidying now. Construct 1, Squamata 2. And what we'll do is we'll send El Shaddoll Fusion and Core, and then separate chains we have Core target El Shaddoll Fusion. Yep. Because Tidying could chain bounce, but I'm still going to get it to hand. So what are they really going to do? Would now be a safe time to... And I think now knowing that I already got the fusion spell, they don't want to bounce Construct in main phase because they know I already got. Like, Construct's value comes from adding from grave to hand right here. So I personally think that they still would hold the Seal. I'm not sure. You guys can comment like a counter argument on why Seal should have been used earlier, but I already explained, like, the Seal Tidying play is horrible to clear your whole field just as Shaddoll Fusion fizzles. In theory, because they think I can't fuse from hand. I'm thinking like a force Seal by summoning Verde. If I summon Verde with this and this, I add Core from grave to hand. And they have to on-summon bounce the Verde, because if they don't know if I'm playing Dragoon or not, they don't know if I'm playing Dragoon. So they can't let Verde resolve. So if they bounce Verde with, let's say, Tidying, and they just still hold Seal, you know what I mean, just for whatever reason. I think they'd probably bounce Verde with the Seal, and then Tidying whatever the Seal summons from deck. So if I summon Verde here, can I make a second copy of Verde is the question. Trying to think here. Yes, I can. I can make another Verte. But the next question is, should I have sent a dragon? No, because, yeah. So I can make Verde just to threaten their board. I think that's also really good. But maybe it's better to just kind of cut the losses a little bit and go to battle phase and force the seal at least with the Alistair, and then main phase 2 make the Verde, and that will force tiding, and I can make another Verde. I think that also is a really good option here. Yeah, I think that's a really good choice. So, because I have an Nadir Servant that I'm just waiting to resolve. So I think, because like the important thing about this board is follow-up, right? Yeah, so follow-up. So what we'll do is, do we just make a second construct? Because obviously maybe I don't want to go to battle phase yet. I think I can just like break through a lot right now. So yeah, I think I'll just summon the Verde. I think I summon Verte, and that forces the bounce. They have no choice. Construct effect at core. They have to bounce, tribute for cost, because they don't know if I'm playing Dragoon or not, and they can't risk it. They just literally cannot risk it. So I'm at 5 cards in hand, and I've played through 3 interruptions already. So I'm still in main phase. That works for me. And this Aerial can banish the Alistair, so I can just get him back to hand for follow-up. So from here, now I'm just looking at the tiding. I can force that also with the Nadir Servant. So I'll fuse... Do I want to make Op Colone though? I think maybe, yeah, just to permanently negate one of these guys. So I don't have to deal with them. Or do I make another construct with the L? Because like I can summon Golden Lord by setting the core and sending it for cost. And then I make another construct with L and Windy. And then I do the construct combo with Resh and Aerial. Bring back the other construct. That may force the tiding to bounce the Aerial that's face down. So that I can't do that combo. Because I can use Resh, banish construct on the set Aerial. They chain tiding to the set Aerial, and then it gets bounced. And now I'm sitting with a construct that can attack that. Oh, then I Nadir Servant after. Okay, so that works too. Because that way I break the whole board. Because construct kills Savage. Nadir Servant gets Ecclesia and a Fleur de Lis. So what I do is I go Fleur de Lis negate Savage so he loses his attack boost. Fleur de Lis can crash into Savage. Construct can kill this. That works. Okay, so that's what I can do. So I can set core, send it for cost. I mean, they could also chain tiding and bounce Lord to my hand, but they know it's like public knowledge that I have El Shaddai Fusion. So they know I could just fuse anyway, so they probably wouldn't do that. So I'd add Lord to hand and summon it. And activate L. So activate L, and I'll just fuse with these two. And I'll make a second copy of Construct. Yeah, navigating these boards does take a little bit of proper sequencing there. So Construct 1, Windy 2. So we do the Resh combo. So we're going to special and Aerial send a Resh. And this should force the tiding. Especially because it's a chance to summon a second copy of Verde Anaconda. They might wait for the Verde Anaconda to just be summoned. But the fact that I'm looping a second construct. And because here's the problem if they wait to tiding until I summon Verde. Is I can bring back the banished construct, send a copy of Schism. Link the constructs off, add Schism from grave to hand, and then summon Verde. And even though they bounce the Verde, I have Schism, which means that's Winda. So I don't know. I think that they should actually tiding bounce the Aerial. I think that's a really good time. So what we'll do is we'll go Resh, banish this construct, target this Aerial. They chain tiding, bounce the Aerial, so it actually does not get to use its effect. So I don't get back the I don't get back the construct from Banished Zone, which leaves me with just this construct. And they'd have to bounce one of the dragon that they summoned off the seal. That's my fault. So the dragon they summoned off seal is what they would bounce. And then I finally just go Nadir Servant. And I obviously send Apollone. Yeah, Apollone. Because I would need Schism. So I grab Ecclesia. Effect of Apollone Engrave. I'll grab the Schism, obviously, as soon as I find the Schism. And I'll discard an Aerial. And I might as well just use the Aerial to just banish my Alistair and 2 of my opponent's cards. And then Invocation from Grave to add the Alistair to hand. So I have 4 cards in hand. After playing through 4 interruptions, I still have 4 cards in hand. Yeah, Shaddolls are freaking savage, bruh. So now with Alistair in hand, follow-up number 1, follow-up number 2, and then I can just reveal Ecclesia to special her. And even then, I could still make Verde, but I don't have Shaddolls on field, so Verde can't get the value, at least for my list. You know, I'm not playing Draco Stapelia anymore, unfortunately. So we add Fleur de Lis, reveal it, negate the Savage so he loses his attack points and everything. And then we would just go Battle Phase, Construct, Mandatory, Destroy the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss that targets a card, negates it. Fleur de Lis, crash into the... We wouldn't have to necessarily crash into the Savage. The point is, Savage loses his counters and they don't return. So we wouldn't have to crash, but we might as well just crash to clear the board completely. And then go Ecclesia, attack for 2,000. And then just main phase 2, be content with having a Schism and Alistair for follow-up. So yeah, that was really good. I mean, that one took a little bit more thought, but that was really good too. We broke the whole board. But I did say in my deck profile that this deck does out the Dragon Link board rather consistently. Shaddolls, that is. Even without the Dogmatica cards and stuff like that. So resetting the little Dragon Link board. Let me check time here. Oh, we're like 27 minutes in. Oh yeah, there's no way we could do another one, but you guys saw it. This deck's crazy. I just want to see what my next hand's looking like. I don't think we have enough time to do another one, but this is going to be probably season 2 of Breakaboard Rec Shop, and we're gonna start it off strong with the dolls. So I just want to see. That's already looking good. Not so great, but can I draw a Shaddoll to make things? Oh, I drew the 1-ofs. That's so awkward. I drew 4 1-ofs. Oh, dang. Dang, that sucks. Not like sucks. It's a playable hand, but I drew 4 1-ofs. I drew the 1-of Punishment, the 1-of Shaddoll, Schism, the 1-of Resh, and the 1-of Fleur de Lis. I mean, Fleur de Lis can force something. Meltdown can force something. That's as far as I could probably get on my turn. And then I have Punishment, Schism, Resh. Like, trying to make the best out of those. But with no Shaddolls, it's like, dang. I just want to see what the next one will look like, and I'll close the video out. So, Ecclesia. Ooh, Driver. That's... Shaddoll Fusion looks good. And the Gamma, but the Driver kind of sucks. Windy. And L. Oh, yeah, we can definitely clap that board. We've got L. We've got Shaddoll Fusion. So, in this hand, I could just activate L Shaddoll Fusion. My opponent has no choice but to negate because that's just the sheer nature of Shaddolls. I chain Gamma. My opponent has to Savage the Gamma. And then I just Shaddoll Fusion. And I still have Gamma. That's freaking crazy. And I have Ecclesia too. And I have it normal summoned. So yeah, that board is going to get destroyed. That's pretty nice. Oh my goodness. Shaddoll Fusion is not going to lose to 2 bounces. It's just not. Like, it's not. And because El Shaddoll Fusion is getting negated, I can send Squamata and a Golden Lord, summon Construct, use Squamata, send Core at this from grave to hand. And I'll have Golden Lord access. I'll have Ecclesia access. I'll have El Shaddoll Fusion for another Construct where I could just send Dragon, pop that, force the seal by literally declaring an attack or making a Verde to threaten it. And I could still do the Resh combo. The Resh combo with the Windy right here. So I can do the Shaddoll Resh combo with Rush Incarnation. Yeah, and I still have Ecclesia, so like that whole board's getting broke with this weird looking hand. 2 fusion spells, Gamma Driver, Ecclesia, and 1 doll. There's like, wow, that's crazy. This deck is crazy. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Lord Jesus Christ. Thy kingdom come, and thy will be done on earth just as it is in heaven. Please give us this day our daily bread, Lord Jesus, and please forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not to temptation, Father, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the glory, and the power forever. In the mighty name of Jesus I pray. Thank you, Father. Amen. All right, y'all. Peace.